So Moonlight is basically a coming-of-age story of this young man who is a homosexual, and he's trying to find himself, find love with his mother, find love with the love of his life, and he's trying to understand himself whilst doing all these things. And so it's this myriad of just weird emotions and trying to understand life, really.
But it's about a young man really struggling with his identity from a very early age, and it's told in three parts, three stages in his life. And he's someone who's just trying to come to terms with who he is, and in some ways hiding from who he is.
I hope they brought some tissues. I hope they brought some tissues. It packs a punch, but it's also, I mean, it's funny, it's charming, and there's some great performances.
I feel honored. When I read the script, I cried. I had a visceral reaction. You know, I knew that it was special when I read it, and I stopped whatever I was doing in my personal life and on the music side to film this movie. It's my first movie that I've ever filmed, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm so proud to stand by the LGBTQ community.
This has all been a pleasant surprise. And I say a pleasant surprise because I think the more buzz there is, the more people talk about the film, whatever awards possibilities or things like that, it just means that people who might see themselves in this film, who might want to or need to see themselves represented in cinema, you know, they might be more likely to hear about the film. And that to me is the ultimate positive outcome from all this buzz that's happening.
I think they're going to experience a real connection to their hearts. I think, you know, unless your heart is made of stone, you are going to be moved by this movie and transformed in some way as well. It's a really, really special and powerful movie.
It's a story that I think in some ways has some real universal qualities because I think so many of us are at some point feel like we're outside of the tribe. We're one of the others, and I think what this film sort of addresses is that need that we all have for connection and inclusion and love and support.
Well, hopefully, if they experience it with open eyes and open hearts, they're going to experience a story that is so specific that it's universal and that they can really relate in so many different ways. And it's going to be kind of jarring and kind of shocking to them that, you know, a 60-year-old white man can relate to this little 6-year-old black boy for whatever reason. It's going to be jarring. You're going to cry, obviously, a lot because it is a sad story, but it's a great story. You're going to feel happy. You're going to have a resolve at the end that leaves you with a bit of hope. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that's all you can dream of for a movie.